Hey guys, welcome to Get Busy Watching. I'm your host, Honest Dan. Let's talk movies. I am not overly familiar with this franchise. Just a heads up. 7 fucking movies now, though. I would at least swear to God that I could say I saw the one with Jamie Alexander. Nah, I'm thinking of Rest Stop. Although try and convince me that they're completely different movies. Even if they are, who fucking cares? Like, there's a reason why Cabin in the Woods and Tucker and Dale vs. Evil make fun of these movies. The point is that I've never seen them. They came out at a time when I wasn't interested in seeing horror movies or give them a fair shake. But I'm just gonna say, I'm not missing out on much. Unless we're talking about Eliza Dushku. Which is not a very compelling argument because I don't really care about Eliza Dushku, so why'd I bring it up? Anyway, this is the 7th installment / reboot, and also my honest opinion of Wrong Turn. 6 weeks ago, Jen, played by Charlotte Vega, went on a camping trip in the Appalachian Mountains with her boyfriend Darius, played by Dane Bradley, and their friends. However, they travel off the known path, only to get lost and start dying from hidden traps set by the Foundation, a group of uncivilized natives to the mountain who have been there since the late 1800s, and become hostile toward Jen and the survivors. In the present day, Jen's father Scott, played by Matthew Modine, has begun searching for his missing daughter.
Out there, nature eats everything it catches, right down to the bone. Doesn't give a shit if it's a cute girl.
It's stupid. Not my cup of tea. I may have liked certain ideas that it presents, but it ultimately flounders and just becomes a standard slasher horror flick. And when I say standard, I really mean that. Of course, it opens on a podunk town full of crazy racists. Of course, there's an over-the-top crazy hick who warns everyone about the upcoming dangers. And of course, you have stupid-ass college kids who don't fucking listen, and they all start fucking dying. I would love to tell you that these kids are at least likable and make smart decisions, but no. Any likable characters that there are just cookie-cutter personalities, so it's really hard to get invested in anyone that might get axed off. Not that I was truly expecting that out of this genre. I mean, most slasher horrors don't bother with that pesky investment hook. It's all about the grotesque violence, of which there are plenty, so no worries on that end. That's pretty much all there is for a good hour or so. But I will admit that there was a good idea that was about to take form. So despite these traps and, they dying from them, they do end up killing one of the strangers as well. The question presented here, or at least what I thought it was going for, was, is this going to be a story where the college kids are actually going to be the villains of the story, not these masked people from the Foundation? Sort of like what Tucker and Dale vs. Evil did, but taken in a serious light. Not technically a bad idea. I've certainly never seen that before outside of a satirical sense. So, all of a sudden, I'm straightening my posture and paying closer attention, just to see if I was right. And sure enough, it kind of looked like I was gonna be. The kids are brought to this hidden village, and they've apparently been here since the mid-late 1800s, and they get basically a court hearing for the one guy that they murdered. All of a sudden, I'm having a little hope for this one. Alright, so this is about facing punishment when you try to dodge responsibility instead of owning up to your mistakes. These people, as brutal as they are, really were just kind of minding their own business. And during this trial, I was waiting for that one moment where at least one of these kids would raise their voice and say, well, how are you going to take responsibility for killing one of our own guys? Not necessarily the one that fell in the spike pit, like that could be interpreted as a mercy killing because she wasn't going to survive that, but maybe answer for the one death that kickstarted this entire situation. Let's see how they take responsibility. Let's see how they punish themselves for what they did to an innocent person.
Don't do this. Please. Please. It's wrong. It's barbaric.
Sadly, none of that ever happens. I shit you not, they drop the idea as fast as it's presented. This was just supposed to be a fucked up trial with loose morals to justify an upcoming gory death scene. I'm not even sure if it's even all that worth getting upset about. A genre that hasn't broken ground since the 80s and isn't even an enjoyable genre if it isn't interlaced with satirical elements. I guess I have to ask myself, did I really expect anything unique or different in this? Hell, the writing comes off like it doesn't even realize it had this idea. So is it worth being mad at? Probably not. Doesn't make it good, though.
This is my fault. It goddamn is.
I'm gonna get into spoilers now, which is basically just me talking about the one good thing that I kind of liked in this movie. But if you don't want things spoiled, jump to this time code. Quite literally, the only thing I liked about this movie was the end credits. Let me explain why. Well, first of all, it's dragged out thanks to a fake-out scene. But, long story short, the final girl's father manages to survive and manages to bring her home. Sometime later, she's pregnant with the Foundation leader's child, a perfectly acceptable reason to get an abortion, by the way, and the Foundation tracks her down. They leave with her, but as the credits start crawling up the screen, the RV that they came in crashes, and you just see the final girl killing off the remaining guys. With the exception of like the one mute girl that's made an appearance throughout the movie, which I question because that little girl is not above hurting other people.
Fuck you.
But yeah, it's all done in one take and done pretty well. This doesn't exactly elevate the film because it's literally happening as the credits are going up, where people are leaving the theater, regardless of what's being depicted on screen. It's your prototypical Lost in the Woods hillbilly slasher horror. Stupid people making stupid decisions, getting other stupid people killed. There's really not much more to say than that. Sure, it had one good idea that it didn't follow through with, and the end credits is done well enough, but it doesn't help the overall project. This isn't anything new, original, or even really that good. I guess if you're a fan of the slasher horror genre, you likely don't give a shit about my opinion, so you're gonna eat this shit up. Though I have to ask, what does a slasher horror movie have to do in order to be bad? As for everyone else, yeah, if you were never interested in this genre, this won't change your mind. You're not missing out on anything. My honest rating for Wrong Turn, a 2 out of 5.
No, fuck that. We were never here. We were never here.
So we just walk away from this? Yes.
Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I really appreciate it. Have a great day. Stay safe and healthy out there. Please wear a mask if you go out. Hope to see you soon.